Okay, good morning. I am Mamoudou S. Diallo. I am 22 years old.
And you're currently at the University of the Gambia, is that correct?
Yeah, I am currently at the University of the Gambia. I am studying medicine. I'm in my fourth year of studies. I am expected to graduate in 2020.
So that will be in like 3 years' time, or?
Actually, 3 to 4 years' time. I'm left with 4 academic years.
Most of the medical students that we have been meeting since we got here, they want to specialize in surgery or gynecology, but I understand that that is not what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that is not what I want to study, because in the Gambia, actually I want to specialize in psychiatry. I want to be a psychiatric medical doctor, because in the Gambia, we have no psychiatric medical doctor. So most of the psychiatric medical doctors and consultants are from Cuba, and there are few. They do go for holidays, which means during the time when they went for holidays, the mentally ill patients are not given the care that should be offered by the medical doctors because they are not around. Actually, I like the associated with mentally ill patients, because I see in the society I am living in, or in the Gambian society per se, they are stigmatized. Anyway, people don't look at it as a medical condition. It is usually associated with spirits. Now, it is the role of we the medical students and after the medical doctors to enlighten the people, to show the medically ill patients the care they deserve. And in the Gambia, it is pity that we have only one medical institution, that is Tanka Tanka, which is not sufficient to accommodate all the mentally ill patients. But before hospitals, I believe you must have medical doctors. For a hospital can never operate with the absence of medical doctors. And like the way Gambia is going, we need Gambian medical doctors that will be here, that will not be good, that will not go for holidays, that are here to serve the mentally ill patients without any language barriers, because the Cuban medical doctors, they need translators. But actually, if I am a Gambian, I know the Gambian society, I know how they are treated. So I will be a source of motivation to them and also to my society.
Well, it sounds like you really need psychiatrists in the Gambia. Can you tell me a little bit about your family?
I am from an extended family. Actually, my parents are from Guinea-Conakry. They are not lucky to be educated. None of them are educated. My father has 3 wives and 15 children. Plus, I had a younger sister just on the 26th of December. This 26th, that is the 15th in the family. And I am the second to be lucky in our family to be educated. All the rest are going to the Quranic centers. I find it challenging because I am from a family where none is educated, because the only educated person in the family is my elder brother, who is in Guinea, who is in Senegal currently after completing his bachelor's in law, his degree in law. So I do find it very, very difficult. At times I feel like they neglect my education, but I don't blame them, because I know they are not aware about the educational system. They've never gone through it. So that is it. Actually, I know 15 children, 3 wives, and a man. That is obviously a very big family, especially when the family is growing. It is still growing. As I said, I had a younger sister, just 26 days, and who knows what the future holds. So we are expecting to be around 20 or so.
And does this university education, you think, change the way that you look on how you're supposed to live your life and how you consider polygamy? Has that influenced the way that you look at your family and look at yourself in the future?
Of course, it does influence the way I look at my family and the way I look at polygamy. For I know if there are less resources, with you, obviously the number of individuals that should be benefiting from those resources should be less. What I believe is, in my principle, your family should depend on your resource. If you think you can handle, like, you know, in the African tradition, or in the Gambian tradition per se, like Muslims are used to having more than 2 wives. But I grew up in an extended family. I know it takes to be. I know what it takes to grow in an extended family. So I do advise them. They are students. I cannot change my family background because that is beyond me. What I can do is to plan my own family.
So what do you think? Do you think that you will have more than one wife?
Actually, I'm not thinking of having more than one wife because I know the difficulties that it entails, and because women are jealous, that is one, and there is this competition between half brothers and half sisters, and that is not encouraging in a family, especially if the man is not just. But I am lucky to be from a family with my father is very just. I believe I am the luckiest in my family because I am the second to be educated. I am doing medicine, and I believe medicine is one of the most important courses in the family. Although I am yet to graduate, but I am giving that due of an educated person in the family. So I believe only that is a big thing, like being given the due of a person who knows at least my words are heard in the family. I do advise my younger brothers and younger sisters, and I also encourage my father to send them to school. So I am also doing my best to give my younger brothers and sisters the opportunity that I am given. That is to advise them, and also give them the opportunity that I didn't have. That is being encouraged about education, being enlightened and other things. Because I was not given the same thing by my parents, not because they don't want to, but because they can't. Because they don't know. They've never gone through the educational system. So it will not be fair on me to blame them. For they cannot blame, for they cannot, like their childhood, they didn't depend on them. That depends on their parents. But at least I am proud that they gave me the opportunity that they were not given.